Hello, everyone. Welcome to Market Simulation Call for Spring 2021 release. My name is Anshuman Vadya. I'm your Market Simulation Coordinator. And today is March 11, 2021. Calls and webinars are recorded for stakeholder convenience, allowing those who are unable to attend to listen to the recordings after the meetings. The recordings will be publicly available on the ISO webpage for a limited time following the meetings. The recordings and any related transcription should not be reprinted without the ISO permission. All right, so we have the following agenda today. We'll talk about market simulation issue management. Then we'll talk about Mapstage availability, the timeline for the connectivity testing, and then we'll talk about market simulation initiatives and timelines, the registration details for the structured scenarios. Then we'll talk about different initiatives separately. Then we have a market simulation overview, and then the next steps. So please submit all your CD tickets for a Spring 2021 project to Market Simulation Spring 2021 Functional Environment. And as it was requested last meeting, we have also created a Market Simulation Summer 2021 Functional Environment that will facilitate ticket submission for summer projects. Any questions regarding CD submissions? All right. Currently, we don't have any Mapstage scheduled maintenance. All the applications should be up. You can also find up-to-date Mapstage availability on portalmap.kaiso.com. Any questions regarding Mapstage availability? Okay, moving on. As you know, that Mapstage connectivity testing for Spring 2021 is this week till tomorrow, Friday, and then we'll start market simulation from next week. All right, moving on. These are the following market simulation initiatives that we have for Spring 2021 release. As we discussed last time, we were talking about EIM base schedule submission deadline project to have structured simulation scenarios starting on 3/16, and we had a reserve date of 3/18. But we are still trying hard to get the code from our vendor. So currently we are envisioning that we'll start the simulation date, structured scenarios on 3/18. We are still on track to do the structured scenarios for real-time settlements review phase 1 project on 3/16. For hybrid resources phase 1B settlements, this project is basically talking about the battery resources. So if you plan to participate in the market simulation unstructured for this particular project, then please send us the registration details for the battery resources so that we can configure them in Mapstage. Any questions regarding the market simulation initiatives and timelines? All right, moving on. So the registration last date is March 11th. But we will do our best to accommodate for late registration if you send us the registration after today. I would also like to mention, if you're sending us a registration email, please send us the resources that you want to participate with in the market simulation. That helps us make sure that they are registered correctly in the Mapstage environment, and we won't see any problems while doing the scenarios. Any questions regarding the registration details? All right. As I mentioned earlier, EIM base schedule submission deadline, the structured scenarios will be performed on March 18. The testing timeline for this project is March 15 to April 1st. And the structured scenario documents and business requirement specification documents are available at the link mentioned here. Similarly, for real-time settlements review phase 1, the testing timeline is between March 15 to April 1st. We'll perform the structure scenarios on March 16, and the required business requirement specification and structure scenario documents are available on the slide. Any questions regarding these two projects? All right, moving on. We have 3 projects that we are not performing structured scenarios on. These are all unstructured. EIM enhancements 2021 phase 1, hybrid resources phase 1B settlements, and FERC order 831 compliance raised bid cap to 2,000 megawatt-hour dollars. The testing timelines for all these 3 projects are between March 15 to April 1st, and their business requirement specification documents are available on the slide. Any questions regarding these 3 projects? Well, all right. Well, that's all I had for today. Next meeting, we'll have next update on March 15 at 2 p.m. I'll open up for any other questions that I can answer here on this forum. Please let me know.
Yes, hi, Anshuman. This is Isaac from SE.
Go ahead, Isaac.
Hi, I have a question, but it's not related to the spring 2021 release, but it's rather related to the Sierra enhancement that was recently implemented. Can I ask that here?
Sure, go ahead.
And, ever since the implementation of Sierra enhancement, I think we have been having a lot of problems with the switching over of the Sierra ID to the LSE ID, and that has basically prevented our users for submitting RA substitutions. I think we were working with the ISO on that. I'm just wondering if you have experienced other participants reporting the same thing, because I think it's going to come down to the procedure that was being presented was not quite accurate. The steps that to perform to basically remove access from our previous ID to the new ID. So just wondering if you guys have had that feedback from anybody else, as well as would there be any further communication from the ISO about that?
Well, thank you, Isaac, for the question. I personally haven't seen any certificates regarding the issue that you have mentioned, but I'll keep an eye out for that. Anybody from Kaiser side wants to add anything regarding this issue? All right. Anybody from market participant side also facing this particular issue?
Hi, Isaac. This is Chen Yu. Sorry, I didn't hear your question correctly. And do you mind repeat your question? Is regarding the Sierra enhancement and submitting the RA plan?
Not the RA plan, but basically regarding access to Sierra. With regards to having, because one of the requirement was that our AIM administrator were having to basically change the access provisioning for our RA users, and having gone through that step, we're realizing that some of our users are not able to basically have rewrite permissions using the new Sierra ID that was provided. So that caused us to have days where we weren't able to provide RA substitution because our users didn't have the rights to do so.
Oh, thank you. Sorry, we haven't experienced anything like that, but I think maybe I need to check with our production team. If we know anything, I'll share with you privately. Thank you.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing, Janu. And Isaac, can you please go ahead and create a CD ticket so that I can track it for resolution?
We do have one. I wasn't the one that created the ticket, but I'll get the number and share that with you.
Thank you so much.
Sure.
Perfect. Any other questions or concerns that we can address?
Hi everyone, this is Aparna from PG&E. I have a question related to DRR systems. I don't know, is it the right forum to ask questions about it?
I can definitely see if I can help your question.
Yeah, is there any planned maintenance for this month and next month for the DRR system?
Well, we don't have any plans as of now, any maintenance schedule for DRR, but we have continuous updates coming on market sim calls. So if anything changes, we'll let you know.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any other questions that I can help with? All right. Well, thank you everyone for joining the call, and we'll see you back again on March 15th. Thank you.